All right, we're live. It is a Friday live stream. That's way too loud. That's clipping. Friday live stream, guys. We're going to be opening a ton of records. This is my biggest live stream unboxing in quite some time. So I'm excited for you to join and hang out with me for give or take an hour. Lots of stuff to get through, so we'll just wait for some people to trickle on in, and then we'll get started with the goods. There's so many. There's, I think, 16 boxes. Which is fun. I don't even know what's all in there, but that's why we're going to find out together. What's up? We got Travis, Scotty, Caleb. We got Travis and Caleb Travis, so you got both Travi. We got some Australians in here. What's up, Brendan? Yeah, Nosh woke up in the middle of the night, as he tends to do, which I always appreciate. Scotty's postponing dinner for this. I feel so much pressure now to deliver nonstop comedy, just an endless barrage of jokes and charm and wit, but I think I can do it. I think we can do it together. So as we are waiting for a few more people to trickle in, I will say if you can hit a like on the video, that will be great. And throughout this stream, we have a lot to get through, so I'm not going to answer questions until the very end, unless you super chat me. If you super chat me, my rule is that I will stop what I am doing and answer your question to the best of my ability. But otherwise, let's just do it. Let's just get started. This first thing I'm going to open is not actually a record, but it is music related. I've been waiting for this for a while. Shout out to the TMR. This thing has been with me for so long. Shout out to Adam, my boy Adam, for hooking me up with this many years ago, and it has opened so many packages, such a crazy amount of packages. I can't even fathom how many packages have been opened with this thing. But so this is something I ordered from I forget what country, but not close. It is an art piece, figurine of sorts. Katarina, hello. Welcome. So let's see if this survived the trip. Little box. Ooh, okay. Alright, right off the bat, there's something dope right in the front. I think this is the stand, perhaps? Or it's just a cool piece of art? I think it's just a cool piece of art. Check this out. What's up, Lisa? So this is not what I ordered, but I guess this just came with it. It is getting stuck inside the bag. Hold on. Slow it down some. No split, clown bum. Little MF Doom cut out, but the real goodie lies inside. Oh, I think I might have to assemble it. Let's see if I can assemble this without taking too long. This might take too long. We'll see. This is an artist who makes kind of figurines, and I was really excited to see this, so get ready. Alright. Oh, damn! Oh, it looks so good! Oh, it's so cool. I'm so happy. Alright, let me just make sure I put this on properly. Is it this way or this way? I think it's this way. And almost ready for the reveal. Oh, yeah. Check him out. Check out Doom. It's so cool. It's got the chrome mask. Got this dope boombox or a Doom box. I don't know, however you want to call it. I think this might be like a stand for it, actually, to be honest. But, yeah, this guy makes these figures, and they're, not super mass manufactured by any means, and I think this is really well done. Looks super cool. Obviously, you guys, I know I have a ton of Doom figurines in my cabinet over there, so this is being added to the cabinet. Shout out to, I think his Instagram name is FATOHH, I think. I don't know. If you guys are interested in contacting him, hit me up. Let's get into the records, because there are many to get through. Let's see what we got here first. Some of these I actually don't even know what they are, because I was out of town for about a week, and I had a mail hold. And always when I go out of town is when they... I'm so weak. is when they try. I'm so weak. I can't even get it. These mighty mailers, you have to be mighty to open them, right? Come on. It's like the glue is made by... Ow. I think I just got a paper cut. Guys, I think I hurt myself. I might bleed. We'll see what happens. I just saw I lost 2 viewers when I cut myself just now. Guys, I do my own stunts, alright? This is, I need to be appreciated for this. I thought I started working out again. I did, but it takes time, man. Yes! Yes. This is a record that has been on my want list for a long time, and it just got a repress almost unexpectedly. This is Harold Budd's The Pavilion of Dreams, a 1978 ambient release associated with Brian Eno, I think. Oh, yeah. It was originally issued on, I think, Eno's label in the 70s. This is definitely one of my favorite ambient records. Harold Budd has a massive catalog of stuff. This is top 2, I would say. And the original press, or presses, I think there might have been 2 or 3 different pressings, easily went for triple digits. But this got a reissue. First time reissue, I guess, since like the 70s. Really hoping this is a good pressing. You know, lately we've all been experiencing some of these quality control issues, and an ambient record is not a record you want to have quality control issues. You want it to be dead silent, while also being dynamic. So let's hope it sounds great. I don't know if you guys are Harold Budd fans, but Janosch clearly is. And yeah, if you don't know the Pavilion of Dreams, it is a great place to start. He just has a really warm, kind of magical quality to his ambient music. Guys, I wasn't kidding. Look, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. All right. I bleed for this. I bleed for my craft. I almost just sliced myself in somewhere. All right, let's keep going, shall we? You demand surface noise on all of your ambient records. Yes, I want to ruin all of my ambient records. Why am I blurry? Fix this. Fix yourself. What's going on? Why is this all blurry? Whatever. So this was the most surprising reissue of my lifetime. I think I never thought this would ever get reissued, and I own an original, and I paid a lot for it. But the shock. What is going on with this camera? Why is it so blurry? Focus. Here we go. The shock I experienced when this randomly showed up on Reddit as a repress blew my mind, because there's a lot of samples on here that were not properly cleared, I believe, for the original pressing. This is one of my favorite kind of trip-hop adjacent records. I mean, you're featuring a lot of heavy hitters. You got Dan the Automator, you got Jennifer Charles, and you got, why am I forgetting the third person? Prince Paul. Also, I guess Damon Albarn is on here a little bit. But, yeah, Prince Paul, amazing. Dan the Automator, one of the most underrated producers ever. And Jennifer Charles' vocals are just phenomenal. She is the vocalist, I believe, in the band Elysian Fields, which is also very good. If you like her vocals, check that out. But this is just sultry, trip-hoppy goodness. My favorite track is Book of the Month. It's just like very, very sensual, very like grimy and dark. And honestly, I hope this sounds good. I have an original press. This feels like it's a single disc. It can't be. No, it's 2 discs, but 2 discs fit into here. Look how thin this is. Is it 2? Yeah, it says there's 4 faces. I'm shocked that they fit 2 discs in here. Hold on, I'm opening it, because I wanna hear how it sounds compared to my original press. Because my original press, while I paid less than it usually goes for, but that's because it was like VG plus, like on the lower end of that. Like there was definitely a bit of surface noise. Yeah, wow, two discs are in here. Let's hope they're not warped. But I'm excited to play this, and if it sounds great, then I will be probably putting up my OG press in the TMR record store, which is exciting. So let's see how it sounds. I haven't read any reviews. Did any of you guys pick up the Lovage and have a chance to spin it yet? R.I.P. hype sticker. Yeah, I'm not a guy who keeps hype stickers. If the hype sticker has, if it's numbered, I usually try to find a way to keep it. Like, I'll sometimes try to peel it off and put it on an outer sleeve, or I'll just like slice the side and keep the shrink on it. But ultimately, a hype sticker in general doesn't really do anything for me. The numbering is really kind of what pulls it over the edge. What is going on here? Oh, yeah, I know what this is. And I'm very excited for this. So, I got a shirt with it, because, ooh, it's a nice, soft shirt, too. Oh, this is so cool. I'm going to wear this every day. I now own 2 Cartel Chroma shirts. The other one is ancient. I've had it for a decade, maybe. But yeah, Cartel did, over the pandemic, they did a live stream at Audio Tree, I believe. Was it Audio Tree? Let's see. But they did their album Chroma, which is easily, I think, the best pop punk record of all time. If you're looking at pop punk from purely a, aesthetic of catchy hooks, really singable choruses, fast guitars and high octane vocals. I mean, Chroma has it all. So yeah, this is I guess them. Oh, from the Tree Sound Studios, not Audio Tree. But yeah, just this album live, front to back. What more can you ask for? I have 2 copies of Chroma. I have the band pressing, and then I have the field day recordings one. It's okay. I've seen variants like this. I'm not, not blown away by this, but hopefully this sounds good. That's all that matters, because I love, Will sounds really great live. He really manages to capture the Cartel sound pretty well with his vocals. I had the pleasure of seeing them in 2015 for the Chroma 10-year anniversary tour. What I'm trying to say is, if you like pop punk, listen to Chroma. If you don't know it, you are missing out on the best of the best. All right, let's keep this train rolling. Another one they're gonna make me rip open with my baby arms. All right, let's see what we got. That noise! I'm watching the mic clip. Let me see if I can fix this. Is that gonna fix it at all? Yeah, I think that fixed it a little bit. Oh, Scotty, what's up? Thank you for the first super chat of the evening. Speaking of shirts, I got my TMR shirt. Can't wait to wear it after I do laundry this weekend. Thanks, Matt. Thank you for supporting the channel and the store. I'm really stoked with how the shirts came out. They're incredibly soft. As of now, I think the entire run of shirts is sold out. There's about 10 that are pending in email that people are waiting to pay for, that reached out to me and said, are there any more? If they pay, then I think we're sold out. If they don't pay, we'll have some more, and I will share that on my Instagram or in the Facebook group. But yeah, the shirts came out so nicely. They're beautiful coloring and really soft. So I think, and I'm never going to do that design again. It was a one and done. So if you missed it, that's a regret you're gonna have for the rest of your whole life. All right, this is One Wish by Akiara. So I don't really know too much about this record. I ordered it because I was really digging the. Is this the Villain record I ordered? Is this Villain? I can't even tell. I think that this is like a. If I'm having trouble, there's no like. Nothing's really differentiating it. I think this is the record I ordered from Villain, which is a really good kind of vaporwave adjacent label. This has elements of Witch House to it, which is a genre that has died, and I wish it would come back. I love Witch House, kind of like trappy, housey beats with really ethereal vocals and lots of chopped and screwed elements. I think it's a great genre, and I think more artists should, dip their toes into it. But this is I don't know. This is an album that I listened to the first 3 tracks, and I was like, yeah, Witch House, I'm in. Moral of the story, I'd like to press some Witch House on the TMR label. We'll see. All right. We got one of these bad boys. I'll make sure I'm not showing my address. Acoustic Sounds, best mailers in the game. I mean, it's really hard to mess with these. These are absolutely top tier. So, Let's see what this is. There's 2 acoustic sounds mailers down there, so we'll see what the other one is. Oh, Tyler, thank you for the super chat, brother. Just finished shoveling New England snow to make it. Just in time. Just in time. We're just getting started. We still have a lot to get through. So, you came at the right time, Tyler, to see what these records are. All right. So, these are 2 records that I just picked up on a whim. The first, I'm very excited about this. You guys know that I've shared this, my love for this. I was turned on to this by someone in the TMR community. Probably one of the best music recommendations of my lifetime. Eva Cassidy, just an unbelievable voice. She passed away, much like Jeff Buckley, way too soon. I've waxed poetic about her so many times. Waxed poetic. But this is apparently a remastered 45 RPM deluxe reissue. I have a Nick, I had a feeling it was you. I wasn't 100% confident. I should be more confident. So Nick has such a stellar taste in music, and he really makes me jealous with a lot of his musical acquisitions and his stories. But good dude and killer taste in music, almost identical to mine in some ways. But yeah, I can't believe I was sleeping on Eva Cassidy for so long. And I hope that this reissue sounds incredible. I have this album, and I'm going to definitely do like an A/B test and see which one sounds better. But I'm assuming that this will, because my other one is not 45 RPM. And traditionally, if it's done right, a 45 RPM record will sound better than a 33. But not always. That's not a catch-all. That Eva reissue sounds great. Okay, good. That makes me very happy. I feel like I made the right choice in double dipping. And as the new catchphrase goes, the other Eva Cassidy, put it in the store. And then I picked this bad boy up. This is a reissue of Metallica's Load. Definitely not one of their best records, but I mean, most of Metallica's best records are neck and neck with each other. This is probably just below. King Nothing is one of my favorite singles of theirs, without a doubt. Probably one of my favorite songs of theirs. And I want to believe that this is going to sound incredible. I forget why I dipped on it. The hype sticker doesn't say anything special about it in terms of it being mastered from original tapes or whatnot, but there was something that made me pull the trigger, and I don't remember what it was. So hopefully it sounds really good. If not, in the store. But I think it will. Maybe listening to it on vinyl will help me build a closer attachment to it. But yeah, I mean, Load's still a good record. I think it's better than Reload. Yeah. Metallica really doesn't do much wrong. I mean, Saint Anger is probably their only serious misstep in their whole catalog. This was just reissued. I just saw the pre-order go up, and it showed up like less than a week later. So I don't know exactly when, but this is a recent, I believe 2022 pressing, or maybe pressed in late 2021. I'm not sure. Where's your crown, King Nothing? This is a video game bootleg that I was really excited to track down. Contrary to popular belief, I am not in all of the video game bootleg groups. Some of the folks who run them don't want me in there. I don't know why. It's disappointing, but there are some cool people in the VGM community who are able to sometimes trade me if they have an extra of one of these bootlegs, and this one is just right up my alley. And when I heard it existed, I knew I had to track it down, and we came to a fair trade, and I think we're both stoked on what we traded each other. But this is a compilation called Bloop Relaxing Waters. The disc itself, really cool, kind of like watery, ghosty color. But the track list, basically, this is a compilation of water levels in video games. So water levels tend to be my favorite songs. My favorite water song of all time is not on this because it's already on vinyl a few different ways, but it's Dire Dire Docks from Super Mario 64. I posit that's one of the best songs, like best like electronic compositions I've ever heard in my life. It's just so relaxing, so peaceful. But on here you got Mother 3, which is obviously part of the Earthbound kind of world. You got from Pokemon Omega Ruby and Sapphire. You got some Kirby, some Final Fantasy 3, Metroid Prime, Chrono Cross, Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, Echo the Dolphin, Xenoblade Chronicles, which I'm very excited about. That's a game I recently spent way too much time in. And Lake Hylia from Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I skipped a couple, but jacket quality is so nice. I mean, these fan-made records are just so well done. They really kick the crap out of official releases. Almost 1-to-1 ratio of just like better across the board. So I'm excited to spin this and kind of relax and get a little blooped. What did I trade to get the Bloop album? I traded Pilot Wings Resort, which is a really pretty soundtrack, but one that I never really played that game. I just got the soundtrack because I like that kind of like breezy soundtrack feel. But this is way more up my alley, so I was happy to make the trade because it was something they were looking for. Let's see. Let's keep going. Now I have King Nothing stuck in my head. Such a good song. I was listening to some Rammstein the other day in the car, and really enjoyed that. All right. Can he open these? This is one of these really crappy mailers. It's like basically I'm just destroying it as I open it. If you guys can hit the like button if you have that available. We have 57 people and 19 likes. Let's bump that up. Maybe YouTube will show it off. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. All right, what have we here? What the heck? Oh, I've been waiting for this for a long time. Hell yeah. This is Psalm Trees, Psalm Trees, who is kind of a lo-fi hip-hop adjacent artist. And I say adjacent because a lot of his music focuses on like a lot of guitar work on top of the kind of beat tape aesthetic. This is a Brazilian-inspired, so it's a hybrid of Brazilian music and like kind of chilled out guitar music and lo-fi hip-hop. It's like my dream come true. And I ordered this what feels like almost a year ago. But it's finally here. I can't wait to listen. Psalm Trees is awesome. Pretty much everything that Psalm Trees has done thus far, I've really enjoyed. I think this is probably my favorite. I actually waited. I haven't heard a single track from this. I just saw the concept and I was like, I'm in. Brazilian, great guitar work, kind of that lo-fi aesthetic. Give it to me. So very excited to hear this. Bossa Nova, Samba, MPB, probably like a whole mixture of everything. Just kind of like the energy from, I would say because of the guitar work, probably a little more Bossa Nova. But I don't know. I'm just making assumptions because I haven't heard it. But I'm excited to listen to it. All right. We got another super chat from Tyler. Thank you, man. Going to Boston next weekend. Any good shops in the area? Man, I haven't been to Boston to record shop since like 2015 probably. I remember I went to Armageddon shop. I don't remember where else I went. I went to like 5 shops and they were all pretty decent, but I don't think I did a video. I feel like that might have been before I did the videos. So no, it wouldn't have been. I don't know. I think if you just throw a rock, you'll find a good shop. I am not a fan of this company, but sometimes they do exclusives, and they're the only way to get it. I waited for this record for over a year. I mean, this is like peak COVID delays. This is shockingly not their fault as far as I know, but I don't know. They're kind of a messy company, so... Wow, that's a horrible packing job. Can we just admire how much space is in here with no padding whatsoever, just bouncing around like this? That's vinyl for you. Not a fan of this company. I think that they are preying on newbies in the worst possible way. Also had a couple weird interactions with them back in the day, in person and virtually. But this is, It's the End of the World, but It's Okay by Slow Magic. Really kind of good indie, electro, pop kind of stuff. This jacket's beautiful. Very, very reflective. I like this new trend of reflective jackets that are happening. Big fan. Always down for a good rainbow foil jacket. But yeah, if you guys don't know Slow Magic, their big album is, I think it's just a triangle, I think is the name. Very alt-J of them. But yes, this is a follow-up to that, and it is quite good. I think this is the only pressing of it as far as I know. But yeah, excited to hear it. And yes, Janosch, there is a horse in this band. It's a real horseman. It's a Bojack horseman. Playing the xylophone. No, that's not true, guys. Don't hold me to that. All right, we still got a bunch to go. And actually, I don't see a mailer that has a record that I'm hoping is in here, but I'll talk about it if it doesn't show up after the fact. All right. Let's see what we got here. So this is another. This is a funny record. So this is, I don't even know how to describe this. So this is Animal Crossing. Let me see if I can show you the. So it's not Animal Crossing. So this is a cover of American Football's first record, self-titled, done in the style of like a KK Slider song from Animal Crossing, which is hilarious. Just like very novel, very novelty. I mean, most people love that first American Football record. It's that good. But yeah, look at the label. It has like the animal, like it's like the same font as American Football. I just thought this was really cool. Yeah, I mean that's like one of the best emo records of all time, and I just thought this was really good art direction and concept, and yeah, see, it has all the tracks. Never Meant, which was their big single from the album, and then but the whole album's great. They're really doing some wild stuff these days with vinyl. Just like whatever people think of, they're like, let's press it, and that's probably why the plants are so messed up. But that is a conversation topic for another day. That is not for this stream. Let's keep going. This feels very light. This doesn't feel like there's anything in it at all. Did someone just send me an empty box and forget to put the record in here? Can you imagine? Oh, no. I know what this is. This is my boy hooking me up. So, as you guys saw, I was able to track down the American Country Music Awards Taylor Swift red vinyl pressing as one of my grails from last year. It was supposed to come with this extra, like, insert that was like really, like for collectors, like you want to have the insert because then it feels more complete, and most copies don't have the insert because it's quite hard to find. And my boy Unoriginal Vinyl, if you guys don't know, he works on a ton of really awesome packaging and art for a lot of records, probably some that you own. Definitely give him a shout out on Instagram. I'll give him a follow. Unoriginal Vinyl. He has a little robot as the logo. He had an extra copy of, oh, look at this. I'm ripping the back. Look at this. It says, Matt, enjoy this rare thing with the little robot from the Unoriginal Vinyl. He actually gave me a one of the inserts that is, for like, honestly, I know this looks dumb for someone. It's just like, what? It's just like a piece of cardboard or whatever it may be. But this honestly makes the value of my ACM Taylor Swift just skyrocket. Like, it probably... Taylor Swift records in the aftermarket are such ridiculous prices. I don't plan on selling it. I love that album. Red's one of my favorite records ever. But just having this in addition to the red discs probably ups the price by $500. And I know it sounds crazy, but Taylor collectors, they want it all. And I only have the copy that doesn't have the thing. So shout out. I'm so stoked. Never thought I would find just this on its own. But crazier things have happened, I suppose. So very excited about that. That is cool. But yeah, I mean, I think the prices of Taylor Swift stuff is just insane. Like the Reputation orange price, like $800, $1,000. Like, Where are these Swifties getting this money from? That's the real question. That's the real conspiracy. Where's the money coming from? I don't know. I feel like if I had a kid and my kid said to me, hey, Dad, I want to buy this Taylor Swift record. It's really rare. It's $1,000. Will you buy it for me? I would say no. But I don't know. It's just maybe that's just me. All right. Let's see what else we got. All right. This was a lucky Discogs get because it popped up right place, right time. This is Wonder Years, Sleeping on Trash. It is a compilation of early tracks from various sources from the Wonder Years, which is a band that I've recently gotten very heavily into in the past year. They're pop punk, they're emo. Dan Campbell has such a great voice, such a great songwriting style, and you know his lyrics are phenomenal. And I just am been soaking up all the Wonder Years that I can get. And this is the dark maroon pressing, I guess, to match the color of the car. But yeah, so really stoked on this. I remember in the description on Discogs, the store said that it almost looks black. It's so dark. Let's see if they're hoodwinking me. So it definitely looks black. Did I get hoodwinked and just get? I mean, either way, all the variants, including the black, are out of print. Let's see. Actually, you know, it is maroon. If you hold the light to it, you can tell. Yeah, you can probably see through it. This is a dark maroon. It just looks black. I mean, there are some records that do that. So, let's give this a spin later. Yeah, this is out of print. This compilation, 2005 to 2010 songs. Probably not as refined as their studio output, but I've become such a big fan of them that I just wanted to hear it all, you know? All right, let's keep going. This is the new album by Styl Woozy. Kind of like a modern R&B kind of like chilled vibe. His first record was pressed by Vinyl Me Please and goes for insane money now. I don't own it. I did once upon a time. I think I traded or sold it. I probably regret it a little bit because it was a very good record. I have not heard this album, but I really enjoy Styl Woozy's material, and I figured at the very least I would enjoy it. At the worst, this could be a good store record at some point, but I just wanted to make sure I grabbed it before it was out of print because I feel like it kept coming in and out of stock, and like I said, I'm a big fan of the first Styl Woozy record. So if you like kind of that, like, you know, R&B, kind of a little bit of like a Benny Sings, Mac DeMarco energy to it a little bit. But yeah, Styl Woozy. Check them out. Check it out. All right. I don't think the record is here that I was hoping would be here, which I'll, again, share with you guys at the end. This is actually a replacement, which I was really shocked they were generous enough to send me. This is an album that I was unbelievably excited to get reissued. This is Lights, my girl Lights, Siberia. Original presses were going for hundreds of dollars. She finally reissued it on clear vinyl. It sounds great, but I got my copy and I listened, and the last track had a skip, like a locked skip where it would like caught it and it would like repeat the same like loop over and over again. And I messaged them and they sent me a new one, which is incredibly nice of them. So Lights, Siberia, this is my favorite of her synth pop records, and the acoustic version of this album is in my top 100 albums of all time, which if you guys watch that series, you know that. But yeah, I'm going to see her, I believe in April. I'm very excited. Her new album, Pep, is coming out. It's going to be a lot more in-your-face synth poppy with maybe a little bit of EDM influence, because I know she's been doing a lot of that on the side. Never know what to expect, but she's just so charming and so talented. And I hope to get some Siberia songs at the live show. But yeah, excited for that. I actually hope that, I really hope that she will do some acoustic stuff, but I don't know if that's the vibe that she's putting out with this new record. I feel like that's a little different. All right. Let's see. How many more do we have? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we only have 3 more, and then it's Q&A time, guys. We breeze through this. Just breezing on through. This man got me to double dip. He got me to double dip on this. I can't believe it. Napoleon the Legend, a couple years ago, put out a Dragon Ball Z inspired mixtape. So you got hip hop, you got DBZ. That's the perfect cocktail for me to buy it without question. And I listened to it when it came in, and it's amazing. And he just released a deluxe version with 2 extra tracks. This is the hip-hop trend. They keep doing this. And usually I don't bite because I get mad about it. But because this was such a good record conceptually and in execution, I double-dipped. And you know what? I think having the store in the near future helps me with that logic where I'm like, well, I'll put the first in the store and I'll keep the deluxe one. So this has 2 extra tracks. Look at this back cover. Oh, my God. It's like a DBZ fan's dream. Yeah. If you guys like Dragon Ball Z, and if you like hip-hop, Napoleon the Legend. He's a nice guy, too. I've talked to him on social a few times. He's a very humble, talented man. This is Dragon Ball G. Yeah, awesome. All right. Speaking of Vinyl Me Please. Oh, something else just fell. We got a double header right here with... Oh, I did order this. People have been asking me if I listened to it. This is the new Bonobo record, and I keep saying no, and I was like, did I order it? That's bad, though, when you get to the point where you truly aren't sure if you picked up something. But this is the VMP copy of Fragments. I've heard great things about this. I hear it's a little more poppy and accessible than some of his earlier stuff, which is not necessarily the direction I want him to go, and I really like that early Bonobo, really in the pocket of North Borders, Black Sands is like my jam. But I've heard really good things about this record. I thought Migration was good, not great. Hopefully I love this. I will spin it soon, and we will see. Before we get into this next one, Tyler with the Super Chat. You thought Donda 2 was terrible. How about you? I listened to Donda 2 as it stands yesterday. It's just extremely unfinished. There's 2 or 3 tracks on there that I think are really good. But the rest just feel like they're he's literally mumbling his lyrics on 5 or 6 of the tracks. Really disappointing. I mean, I don't even know what he's doing these days. It's kind of hard to keep up. On a lighter note, though, Genius has been such an amazing watch on Netflix. If you guys haven't watched this yet, the first 2 parts are out. The third comes out next week. It is an amazing, super inspirational doc. I mean, it's almost impossible to say that Kanye doesn't have the most interesting career of any musician in history. Maybe that's a stretch, but it'd be hard to argue. I mean, Bowie had a really interesting career. Honestly, the Beatles didn't really have that interesting of careers after the Beatles. I mean, besides the obvious assassination and death things, but beyond that, I don't know. I think Kanye's career has had so many ups and downs and so many influences on music, and what he's doing now is out of control, weird, and it's just no one does it like Kanye, for better or for worse. This is Grimes' album Visions, and I was always holding off to buy this because I wanted to get the Lavender Urban Outfitters pressing from a long time ago. But this is it's on magenta and green Galaxy vinyl, so I guess they'll have to do. Nick's lambasting me for my Kanye comment. I stand by it. I'd love to hear arguments, but I mean, I don't think there is a legitimate one. Grimes, I have mixed feelings on her as a person. I don't think anything after this record really grabbed me very well. Maybe a handful of tracks, but not too much. But yeah, Visions. This is her magnum opus. She peaked a little early. And then she kind of became crazy and married Elon Musk, had a child, and whatever they did, who knows. All right, one more. Well, another one of these big boys. Love a big boy. Hey, Mike. Nice to see you, man. Ever listened to Hyperreal by Macari? One of your favorites. If you haven't, check it out. I've never even heard of Macari at all, but I'll definitely check it out. Let me make a little note here. Hold on. I'll check it out. Thank you for the recommendation. And Frank just showed up. Late to the party, but how do I feel about quality of shipping? It's improving leaps and bounds. You have not received a damaged album in over a year now. Well, if you got here 10 minutes ago, you would have saw that I pulled out a mailer that just had a record in there with no padding, just bouncing around. It's a little hit or miss. I actually don't... I have a huge sample size of records, obviously. I get more records in than your average person. But I would say that the amount of damage I've had over my lifetime as a collector is not that high from shipping damages. Like, comparatively to the amount of records I've gotten in, it's really not that bad. I haven't noticed it getting better lately, but I've never really had a big issue with it to begin with. Maybe I'm an outlier in that way. I know a lot of people... I mean, of course, I've received records that were damaged. Like, that's a given. But, yeah, I don't know. I've never really noticed anything being that substantive in the negative, that is. All right, so what have we here? Acoustic sounds. Oh, yes. I remember this. I Could Not Resist. I'm not a huge movie guy, as some of you guys may know, but this is my favorite movie and my favorite movie soundtrack. And they did a Japanese pressing of it with like the Japanese cover and an obi strip of Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. I think this was pressed at Acoustic Sounds, Analog Productions. Like, I think they did it. It was exclusive to their site, I believe. I had to pick it up. I mean, Empire Strikes Back is just like the best. And I had to grab this... That's Nick says singles. That's the contention right there. I mean, I guess there's a difference between soundtrack and score, right? So this is my favorite score, and that's my favorite soundtrack. If I had to like differentiate the two, I think that's a safe bet, right? But yeah, this Obi's amazing. This I love the Japanese cover. Just something about Japanese text always looks so damn cool. And yeah, this is really cool. I'm excited to have this. Hopefully, it sounds great. I think it will. But I will give it a spin soon, and we will find out. They did all three movies, but I only really needed Empire Strikes Back. I mean, that's the GOAT, as the children say. So yeah, those are the records. We did it. We blew through it. 42 minutes. Let's answer some questions. Right after this, I am going to be excitingly reviewing a lease at a prospective location for the TMR store. I've reached a lease stage after some back and forth. This is one I have not shared anything about yet because it's a pretty recent addition to the roster of possible places. So cross your fingers that the lease looks pretty good and that they're amenable to any changes I want to make, which obviously there will be some because every lease I've seen has been very landlord favoring, unfortunately. But yeah. Fingers crossed that everything goes smoothly, and if it does, then I'll have some news for you guys very soon. And if it doesn't, if this space falls through, I will make a video recapping what has happened thus far and where I'm at with the storefront, because you guys are owed an update, whether it's positive or negative. I would love it to be positive, but this has been a very difficult challenge finding the right space. Way harder than I thought it would be. I thought the challenge would be building the business, and I'm ready to go on that stuff, but finding the space has just been a royal pain in my butt. So let's hope this is the one. We'll see after some back and forth. Hey Tyler, thank you again. Other than a finished Donda, what album am I most looking forward to in 22? Honestly, I don't even know if I'm looking forward to a finished Donda 2. Like, from what I heard, I'm like, it's okay. It's good. I mean, it's Kanye, so it's good music, but it's like the least compelling of his albums. Even like Jesus is King had some better tracks than majority of what I heard on Donda 2, which is saying a lot. So the album I'm most excited for this year, that's a good question. I'm very excited for the Smiles record, Johnny Greenwood and Tom York's post-punk side project. I don't know though. There's so many records coming out this year. I think I made a video and now I'm like blanking on all of the records that I was most excited for. I think we'll just have to see what comes out, what happens, you know. Did I listen to the new Aurora album? I have it in my to listen to pile. I have not spun it yet, as is the story, as it goes, unfortunately, these days. You just picked up Flora Cash, Baby It's Okay, and you've been spinning that a lot. Is that their first record? I feel like I have their first record and I liked it. Or is that their second? Because I don't think I've heard their second. Did I give the new Korn album a listen? Yo, miss me with that Korn. I never was into Korn. Even in my new metal phase when I was younger, even in my resurgence and my adulthood, Korn never really struck me as a band that I really connected with. I don't know why. It seems like it's in the pocket with some of the stuff that I really enjoyed, but there was something off-putting to me. I don't know. Just for, I'm not a hater of new metal. I obviously have a soft spot, nostalgic for quite a bit of it, but yeah, not for me. Take your time. The wrong location can bury a business. That is true. That is very true. Although I do feel lucky that I will have an online pipeline to bolster the business as well with the TMR community and all that stuff. I feel like that's a nice perk in addition to the in-store stuff. Oh, what is the one record I was hoping would come in? That's a good question. Everyone's getting their 3001 A Laced Odyssey Flatbush Zombies record in, and I obviously have an original, as you guys have seen, but I was really excited to hear if this version sounds better or what, the packaging looks really super deluxe. They're landing everywhere, and I don't have mine yet. So I'm really hoping it comes in soon. That's one of my favorite hip-hop records, 3001 A Laced Odyssey. I never thought that would get a reissue either, and here we are. Have I checked out Kate LeBon? I just talked about her in my Instagram live stream or Instagram live video I did yesterday. It still lives on my Instagram, not on my page, but in the stories where it's the video stories, video series, not the stories. It's the series. I flipped through a bunch of my recently picked up records, and I picked up the signed Pompeii from Rough Trade just on the fact that everyone is talking about how good this record is, and I feel like I owe it to myself to listen to it. Have I pre-ordered the new Fear Inoculum box yet? I have not, because I am not a big Tool fan. I really like a handful of Tool songs. I think Anima is a great record, and if they repressed that, I would buy it in a heartbeat. But ultimately, Tool doesn't really do it for me. I respect their music, but it's not my thing, and I definitely would not buy an $100+ box set of what is considered to be their worst album. Have I seen the new Texas Chainsaw on Netflix? I'm not a big movie guy, so I have not. I also heard it was not very good from friends who are movie people. Did I ever hear back from Waste? They got back to you today and floated a partial refund. Wow, that's more than I got. They're really slipping up on this one and not being consistent with their responses. I have not heard back from Waste. I've sent them an email. I sent them 2 emails actually, because I sent someone DM'd me on Instagram and they were like, they offered me replacements, and I took the screenshot of that and I sent it back to them and I was like, what are you guys doing? What is the plan here? They have not responded, but if they know who they're messing with, they better respond soon. We'll see. Was I able to get a VMP copy of Art Angels? I didn't love Art Angels as an album. I thought it was just okay, so I did not buy it. I was shocked that it sold out that quickly. Did I ever track down a copy of Vast Visual Audio Sensory Theater? I did not, but it's still on my want list. I'm hoping that a copy will pop up at a good price, or they'll do a repress. But yeah, I missed those represses from a few years ago. Did I order the Eddie Vedder Earthling and PJ Seattle show from 10 Club? Yes, I got Earthling in. I got the hot pressed, or the fresh pressed. It sounds great. The pressing's really good. I listened to the album once. I mean, Eddie Vedder doesn't miss. It's a very enjoyable listen. I don't think it's as good as Into the Wild. I don't think it's as good as Pearl Jam's material, even with his all-star group he pulled together for the album. But Yeah, it's good. It didn't really. There was not one song that like grabbed me more than anything else. I really like the first single, the one that sounds like a Tom Petty song. I think that's my favorite song on the album. I forget what it's called. Long Way, maybe. No, Long Way is that a Gigaton song? I don't know. Do I have any liquid filled vinyl or strange variants? Oh boy, someone needs to do a deep dive on my channel. Go after this and go look for like a bunch of videos. Like I have some called like weirdest and coolest vinyl, or like craziest vinyl, Romanist records. Check those out. I do showcases. I have a ton of really unique records, and I'm actually planning on doing another updated version of like the coolest, most unique vinyl variants. There's a few more that I have never had the chance to show off. People that are really kind of like pushing the game in different ways. I've just been so busy, I haven't had a chance to put together that video, but it's hopefully coming this year. Am I picking up the Pearl Jam Record Store Day release? I think so. I have an original press. I'm always curious to hear how like a repress will sound in comparison. And I love that live record, so I'll probably double dip. Who has a great amount of talent that doesn't get the recognition they deserve? I'm going to answer that because of a recent experience I just had. Without a doubt, it is my man Kishibashi. If you don't know Kishibashi, he is a violin virtuoso who does magnificently theatrical, beautiful, lush indie pop. And I just got to see him last night perform at the with the Oregon Symphony. And it was like a very special show. It's a hometown show for him. And he performed like pretty much all the songs I love of his with the symphony behind him. He has such a great voice, such a knack for composition, and he's not nearly as popular as he should be. Did I ever listen to Kate Havanick? I did not. Corey, you know the deal. You recommend me stuff, it'll take me about a year, but I'll get to it. Favorite album with upright bass being front and center? That is a really tough question to answer. Nothing comes to mind like right off the top of my head, but that's a good question. I gotta think on that one. Have I heard the new Gang of Youths albums? I don't know Gang of Youths. I've heard the name, but I've never actually listened to them. Have I ever listened to Clannad? Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Celtic music. It's my bag. Yeah, Clannad has some bangers for sure. I mean, they're no Enya. Did I manage to score some Sigur Rós tickets? I didn't buy them because they were really expensive with the fees, even for like the worst seats in the house. But I am hoping that I can get lucky and get tickets last minute. I feel like with a lot of shows, I'm able to grab tickets the day of or the day before from people that get desperate and need to sell them. And I've seen Sigur Rós enough times where I'm okay kind of like not seeing them if I miss them on this tour. But it's always a great experience. You just got home from work and you had your first box set sitting on your door. Merry Friday, miss. What was the box set? Share with the class. You wanted that liquid-filled Ninja Turtles from Enjoy the Ride, but it sold out super fast. Yeah, Enjoy the Ride's liquid fills usually do sell out quite quickly. That was a cool one. Was that the one with little turtles swimming around in it? I liked that a lot. You just got your... Oh, I missed a Nick super chat. How did I get... I got tunnel visioned. Thank you so much. I love that you come to the unboxings. I always appreciate your commentary, Nick. So thank you. Have I been growing my Vaporwave collection lately? I haven't, and that's because I think Vaporwave is kind of dead. Like, there's so much good stuff out there, and there's so much stuff from the heyday that still can be pressed, but there isn't really a lot of really good Vaporwave coming out still. I feel like a lot of the people that were in that movement have stopped making music or have shifted genres to something adjacent to Vaporwave. Future Funk definitely has more of a life right now than Vaporwave does. And I have so many Vaporwave records. I feel like it's like I have more than I need. I think that the TMR store is going to have a really, really cool and unique Vaporwave section. Probably the best in the US. Best in the world, maybe. Thoughts on King Cruel? I've never been able to get into his music, and I know people love him, but I can't do it. It's not my thing. Why no jazz? It's because I'm not a huge jazz fan. That being said, I do have a massive 400 or 500 piece jazz collection downstairs that's going to go in the record store. So I'll be doing a video talking about those once I get them out and priced and, get people excited about that. What artist takes up the biggest part of my collection? That's a good question. It's probably Kanye, to be honest. Enigma owns Enya, owns Deep Forest, owns Clannad. Ooh, that's an interesting order. For me, I think... I might agree with you. The first three are really interchangeable. I almost would put Deep Forest above Enya, but only because of the strength of their first record. Enya has more of a consistent discography. Enigma is just incredible, though. Yeah, it's hard to argue with these like new age, spiritual, electronic, experimental artists. 3 goals once the record store is open. Wow, okay. My 3 goals once the record store is open. My first goal is to really kick ass with the TMR Monthly Record Club I've been talking about. I already have multiple people doing a year subscription. I have a couple people doing a month subscription. I really want to make that something special, and I want to put a lot of time and effort into it. So that's going to be my first goal. My second goal is going to be to make interesting content around the record store. Try to make it fun. Make it feel like you guys have a say in how things are done. Feel like you're a part of it, whether you're local or not. And the third is to really make sure I focus and have time to get the live performance aspect really plussed up and make sure there's a pipeline of artists to perform every month. That's the reason predominantly why I'm doing a brick and mortar store, is to be able to give local artists the opportunity to perform an intimate show. I think that's really valuable, and I think that a lot of artists would kill for that. And I want to make sure that happens, because otherwise it doesn't make a ton of sense to open a record store. I could just do an online thing. So I'm hoping that is as fun and personally rewarding as I want it to be. Brand new Animal OST. It's an anime soundtrack. Kind of nerdy. You're speaking my language. I mean, you're talking to the king of nerds. That's me. Scored your first Dope album. What a bloodbath. Where do I stand with the whole Dope marketing model? I mean, I think Dope's heyday is kind of done. I hate to say that, as you just told me you just picked up your first record of theirs, but ultimately I think that they, the hot records, the ones like from the first year or two, those are never going to be repressed for the most part. I mean, Conway has actually gone and done some represses, which is kind of surprising, but yeah, I don't really know what to say about Dope's model other than that it works still, and I do think that we're going to see a crash in the aftermarket of some of these more recent releases that aren't as hyped up. I just feel like people are going to be buying them and really excited to sell them, and they're not going to be able to, because right now I think the most recent Dope release, like with shipping, retail was like $80 or $90 to the US, which is insane. Like, if you're a flipper and you're trying to buy a Dope record, what do you expect to get for that? Like, how much profit are you really going to make? It's getting a little crazy. Since I was a fan of Turna's Earth Cult, what were my thoughts on Istok? Is that a new Turner record? Because if it is, I haven't heard it. I didn't even know they put out more material, so I definitely gotta check that out. Did I ever get one of Slipknot's first 3 albums? Are the first 3 self-titled, Iowa, and Volume 3? Because I have self-titled and I have Volume 3. I still don't have Iowa. I saw it at a store. I was hanging out with someone recently and was at the store and saw a copy of Slipknot's Iowa on the back, and it wasn't a bootleg, but they were asking $300, and I was like, it's not going to happen. Have I ever done anything like opening a store? What made me think about it? I've never done anything like this in my life. It kind of reached a point where I was like, it's always been a dream of mine to have a record store that I own. And life's too short, man. I mean, we learned in the past few years that nothing is promised. Everything can change on a dime. So why not go all out. And I've been working at this channel for 7 years. It feels crazy to think about that I've been doing this every week for 7 years. And, you know, what I thought would potentially come from this channel, I thought it would always lead me to something in a more professional way that maybe would be my sole job in music. That was the goal, and that didn't really happen. So I have to take destiny into my own hands and hope that through the channel, the label, the store, I'm able to build something really special with the help of you guys supporting it. So we'll see. Am I getting the Victor Vaughn repress? I'm not, because I have an original 3 LP with the bonus disc from the gold bonus disc. Damn, you guys are coming out hard with the questions. Do I like traditional Irish music? Not particularly. You hope the store does great. If it goes above and beyond, would the channel still go on? Yeah, I feel like the channel and the store they're completely commingled. You know, they cannot exist without each other once the store opens. I mean, obviously that means that there's going to be a lot more content store centric, you know, talking about cool collections, talking about my experience running the store, talking about new arrivals, talking about, you know, doing live streams from the store. So there's going to be a lot more focus on that, but I'm still going to be putting out content about the state of the industry and, you know, rare records that I have and things like that. So I think it's just going to be an evolution of the channel more than it will be getting rid of the channel, you know? Am I a fan of Denzel Curry? I'm a big fan of Denzel Curry. I think he's phenomenal. Joshish says, you just found my channel last night and you binged many of my videos. Thank you. Welcome to the TMR family. We do these live streams every now and again, opening records, and I'm putting out a constant stream of videos, so I hope that you have a lot to dig into if you just discovered it, so welcome. This is the hour mark, so I'm going to call it. But guys, this was awesome. Thank you so much for joining me on a Friday. I'm going to go read that lease I told you about for the store. Fingers crossed that it's a good location, and this could be the location. Fingers crossed. I don't want to, you know, knock on wood. And after the lease, after I go through this lease, this massive lease, I am going to play Elden Ring until my eyes bleed. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and we'll do one more of these soon. Have a good weekend.